Welcome back, Patriots, to the Bald Brad Show. It is Friday, February 7th, and Donald Trump is still the best president in American history. By far, definitely modern history, definitely that. Patriots, it's Friday, baby. We're rolling into the weekend. Donald Trump's making big changes here along with Elon Musk, and as you can see on your screen, Doge is at $67 billion saved. Or at least accounted for, if that's what you want to call it. I mean, I guess we're not really saving anything yet because it's just more of a exposure than anything. But it's more than Democrats have done, that's for damn sure, because the Democrats did all this stuff. And some of them are actually waking up to it. If you're swiping around on TikTok yesterday, some of them are leaving the Democrat Party and never joining that party ever again. That doesn't mean they're going to be voting Republican, but we're looking hopeful for 2028 here. I know it's far out and we're kind of jumping the gun here for a second, but a lot of people are leaving the Democrat Party. And this is the tip of the iceberg, folks. And we're about to break down some more Doge stuff for you today. And if you're new to the show, welcome. We do this each and every morning, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we go over a lot of different news. So we'd love for you to hit that follow button or subscribe button. You come hang out with us in the chat here with all the other Patriots. Travis Cobb, again, coming out hot, baby. Bald Brad Show is the best show and community around. Happy Friday, friends. I mean, pure truth. There was so much sincerity and pure truth in that donation. I don't have anything to add. You're damn right, Travis. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Well, you're seeing the Doge clock. That's there for you. But we got to get into some other news here, and it's all surrounding Doge because accountability has to be coming at some point. This is bonkers with what Elon Musk is exposing. I mean, they're paying millions of dollars to teach a bunch of fish lesbian dance theory. Explain that one to me. I made that one up, but it's not too far off what we have been spending millions of dollars on, now billions. Well, here we go.
Government has wasted nearly $3 trillion in taxpayer money
Nearly
since
$170 billion in improper payments last year.
$247 billion.
Billions blown on improper payments.
Made to people that should not have received them.
Overpayments, payments to the wrong recipient.
Dead people received more than $530 million last year in pension payments. Medicare paying $47 billion.
Hundreds of billions of dollars.
Medicaid improperly issuing $81 billion.
$644 million was fraud.
And $764 billion under 3 years of the Biden administration. These improper payments have piled up to a total of $2.8 trillion.
$20 billion per month, or enough to pay for 5 years of U.S. foreign aid to all countries.
For every man, woman, and child across the country, it was $850.
Now, who is receiving these payments? Well, in some instances, dead people.
I mean, is there a better video to kick off today's show than that one? I don't think so, folks. Accountability is coming. Congress is hearing about this. People are pissed. Let me tell you, people are not happy with what's going on here, folks. And we're spending money in irrational places. I mean, we spent $10 million on creating transgender mice. That seems like I'm joking, but folks, I'm not.
Of making an opening statement. Good afternoon. Late last year, the White Coat Waste Project exposed more than $10 million in taxpayer funds that were spent creating transgender mice, rats, and monkeys. These DEI grants funded painful and deadly transgender experiments that forced lab animals to undergo invasive surgeries and hormone therapies at universities across the country.
But remember, it's okay for the Democrats to lop off the genitals of animals, but God forbid we have a bunch of animals in circus cages on the box of some animal crackers. Y'all remember that one? You remember that scandal, Crackergate? I made Crackergate up, but it sounded really good when it was coming off the tongue. Remember how they removed that? Remember how it was, oh, you can't have Aunt Jemima on the bottle. It's racist. That's okay. Where's PETA at on this? It's a remarkable thing, right? You can't even go fishing in a river in Northern California because PETA's going to come after you for using the wrong fish hooks, but yet they can lop off the genitals of just monkeys, rats, mice. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. No, it's cool. It works out great. Oh, you think we're done? The whole show's exposing what Doge has done for the most part. Because we're all in this together. That's the great thing. It's not just me complaining about illegal immigration that's happening in California and something that may or may not really be affecting you across the country. Nope. Guess what? We all owe our taxes by the 15th of April. So lovely. And you know who had most involvement in this was Democrats. What you're going to see, and this is also going to come from conservatives, Republicans, and I'm going to call their shit out right now. They're going to go, well, Republicans had a hand in it too, and they, this has been going on for decades, and they had the keys to the purse just as much as the Democrats did. Yeah, there's some truth to that, but I don't know any conservative Republicans, well, definitely conservatives, because we're all fiscal. I can't think of Republicans that would be for spending $10 million on transgender surgeries for anything. It goes against the core ideology. And then the question would be, if a Republican did that, which they didn't, but if they did, then you'd almost question their allegiance to the Republican Party, because again, it's not even a value system within the Republican Party. It's just what is it called? A wolf in sheep's clothing? Well, you got this right here. Check this out. U.S. taxpayers paid $97 million in reward payments to Hamas terrorists who raped and slaughtered innocent Israelis on October 7th. Now, some of you spit out your coffee. The payments occurred because the Biden State Department paid $265 million to Palestinian Authority, which routinely pays reward bounties to Hamas terrorists who murder Israelis or commit terrorist attacks. Here's the receipts for the Democrats. Here's the receipts. That's right. It's no different than what I say verbally. You just have to show them where you're getting it from. Who is that? What outlet is that for? The Washington Free Beacon. I mean, read the screen, Democrats, not you patriots. Patriots, you get it. Trust me, you know that I know that you get this. But when you have Democrats and the wires aren't crossing correctly, hence what they've just done to this country. I mean, it's a no-brainer now that why we're $36 trillion in debt. I mean, we knew it, right? But we were called conspiracy theorists for years. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's just regular spending. Like, really? Because my auditing intent has been through the roof for like a decade or so. Oh, yeah, this is normal. Yeah, this is just maybe normal to you. Holy lordy, folks, this is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, all the people in all the Democrat Party are coming out of the woodworks here. I mean, you got Hillary Clinton spazzing out. You know, when Hillary's coming out, there is some deep, dark, evil stuff that has yet to be uncovered. And we've been paying the Clinton Foundation millions of dollars a year to do jack bleep. You guys, I'm going to tell you how effed all this is. Obviously, the numbers, right? The fact that we're spending money on all this crap, where people can't rebuild their homes in North Carolina and Los Angeles and just around the country, are, okay, I'm going to spend $1 trillion to fix our infrastructure. That was Joe Biden. Why not use the money that you were giving everybody else around the world? Because clearly we've been funding the entire planet and then spending it on actually us. So we have to take out more credit. We had the money. We actually had the money. We just were giving it to everybody else other than us. Folks, our movement, and I'm hand to God, I'm as serious as I could possibly be. Our movement of the MAGA movement was actually legit. Everything you saw with this trans movement, this LGBTQ plus movement, ESG scores, the entire progressive left, all of that was completely fabricated. All of it. The whole campaign. Everything about that whole side of the aisle for the last 2 decades has been completely paid for by my own government. I'm talking about from creating articles in like Politico to fabricating stories across legacy media. The CIA was involved in some of this stuff. You had them paying for George Soros was getting millions out of this. Do you know how deep the rabbit hole? Somebody's going to write a book on this and make a freaking ton of money because this is nuts. They were fabricating and paying people to make stuff up about Donald Trump. We all said it, but what were we called? What were we called for years, folks? a decade at this point, pretty much. Conspiracy theories here and there, cheap fakes, deep fakes. Well, we're not conspiracy theorists no more. How often do we have to be right for them to shut their mouths and be like, okay, maybe you got a point here. So Hillary Clinton's coming out of the woodworks. I said this yesterday. This is the tip of the iceberg. If you have Democrats spazzing out like this, it's because they don't want Elon Musk to find something, which is why they're going, well, we don't want to give him access to the records of people's personal information and blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. Look, I'm all for privacy stuff. Look, you're talking to a guy that's heavily into his privacy. Doesn't mean he ain't going to find it. Suckers. He's going to get it. So Scott Duffy, like, took his elbow and just, like, really, I mean, it was the smoothest elbow you've ever seen. He was just coming out. He's like, Kita! Right to freaking Hillary's head. It was awesome. Her wig blew off. Unbelievable. You'll see what I mean here in a moment because that was an analogy. Former Secretary of State, I don't even want to say it, Hillary Clinton sniped at the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy over the recent tragic plane crash at Reagan Washington National Airport. The dude, legitimately, I think when the airport one happened, the airport one, I think he had been in the administration, like when he was sworn in, for like 24 hours or something like that. The guy didn't even have an office chair yet. He walked in, they're like, hey, sir, there was a plane crash in the Potomac. Holy hell. And then he got down there. He started working. He didn't even have his stuff freaking unpacked yet. And Duffy made it clear that he had no time for her. So there is a tweet here. So here's her tweet. They have no relevant experience. Most of them aren't old enough to rent a car, and you're going to let them mess with airline safety? That's already deteriorated on your watch. So this comes from Secretary Duffy saying, big news, talk to Doge team. They're going to plug into and upgrade our aviation system, which is good. Good for Sean. Sean's doing an amazing job. Again, I've always said this. I will hold people's feet to the fire. I am not one of those that says something about this side and isn't going to say it about this side when I said it about this side doing something wrong and this side's doing the same thing. We've already called out the White House press secretary a couple times, and I love her. Look, she's doing a great job. When she didn't want to answer certain ways, like, for example, I'll give you a prime example right now. The last White House press briefing, it came out that Donald Trump and the Trump administration and Tom Homan were arresting illegal immigrants and then not deporting them. And then she came up with some excuse as to why they weren't deporting them. If they are illegal, deport them. That's what I wanted to hear. So I didn't like her answer. I'm going to call her out on it. I don't care. I'm just no different than all of you guys. I'm going to call her out. Well, Duffy pushed back, arguing that the problems in infrastructure dated back to long before he was confirmed as transportation secretary. Correct, sir. Correct. Madam Secretary, with all due respect, experienced Washington bureaucrats are the reason our nation's infrastructure is crumbling. You need to sit this one out. Damn, just like she had to sit out the last couple elections because nobody wanted her to run again because she sucks. Clinton tried again blaming MAGA and the current administration, even though Trump took office less than 3 weeks ago. This is how stupid they are. Look at her tweet. U.S. Airlines had gone 16 years without fatal crashes. Then MAGA fired the FAA chief, gutted the Aviation Security Advisory Committee, and threatened air traffic controllers with layoffs. Now there have been 2 fatal crashes. Hope your unvetted 22-year-olds fix things fast. Remember how I said I wasn't joking? When hours, I think it had to be 45 minutes. Democrats were already blaming Donald Trump for eggs and gas prices. And I'm not being cutesy with that one. That was a real thing. And you're kind of looking around. It's like, dude, the guy technically, yeah, he's sworn in, but I mean, hell, they haven't even figured out all the paperwork yet. What I mean by that is he had to go to the White House. And I think he might have done it at the Capitol, one or the other. And he had to actually sign the paperwork saying, hey, we're handing over basically the executive branch to you. In that time span of him swearing in and signing that document, they were already complaining that he was the cause of the eggs and grocery prices and fuel prices and everything in that time span. This is how stupid some of these people are. It's a remarkable thing. I love it. I thrive off of it. That's why I've been getting on TikTok a little bit more. If you're not following me on TikTok, you got to, because you guys can play in the chat in TikTok as well. You guys can hop in there in the comment section. And this is the Democrats chatting in the comment section of my videos on TikTok. And this is the Patriots coming in. Hold on. Shh, shh, shh. Right here. Here's the TikTokers, the Democrats. You guys are like, da, 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 da. If you want to feel intelligent or just feel excitement about how smart you are and how how head on straight you are, I'm telling you, go spend some time in TikTok comment section, maybe. Even in some of my videos, but you get a lot of the slimy, swampy people that just love the Democrat Party. They're thriving over it. They're trying to rationalize the spending on doing tap dancing lessons for paraplegics. It's just like, okay. You know, these are the same people that wanted blind pilots. Yeah, don't rationalize that one. They could fly a plane. They could do anything. I saw it on The Matrix. Okay. Duffy remained unmoved, suggesting that Clinton was lashing out to deflect from the other actions Doge has taken to root out waste and fraud within the federal government. Okay, Duffy comes back. I know you're lashing out because Doge is uncovering your family's obscene grifting via USAID. Boom, baby! Sean Duffy coming in hot. But I won't let you lie and distort facts. The FAA administrator announced he resigned over a month before Trump took office, and the air traffic controllers were always exempt from Trump's civil service buyouts. Meaning, you lied about it, bitch. You lied about everything because you're slimy, you're scummy. The previous administration shamelessly used USDOT as a slush fund for the Green New Scam, throwing away money and resources on wasteful environmental and social justice projects rather than updating our nation's inadequate, antiquated, however you want to phrase it, doesn't matter, air traffic control systems and other critical infrastructure. I'm returning this department to its mission of safety by using innovative technology in transportation and infrastructure. Your team had its chance and failed. We're moving on without you because the American people want us to make America's transportation system great again. And yes, we're bringing the 22-year-olds along with us. Hell yeah, Sean. It's good. Trump's whole team cabinet is freaking good. You know, man. Since Trump's taken office, I don't think Democrats have had a W. Not even close. Not even close. After that statement, she just went quiet. She went back into the forest. If you don't know what I'm talking about, back into the forest, when Donald Trump beat her in 2016, Donald Trump suplexed her so hard that she went off into the wilderness and nobody could find her for a while. She was licking trees, trying to just feel something again. When Donald Trump has his way with people, they're like mentally fucked up. You haven't heard from Joey. You haven't, thank God. Look, that's not me putting it out there that I want Joe to come out of the woodworks here and start sniffing children again. I don't want any of that. But you haven't seen him. Okay. Where's Barack? He's had his way with Barack a few times. Kamala Harris, she's off. She's probably in the wilderness. Nobody can find her ass. Look, I'm not asking for these people to come back. Trust me. I'm just saying where are they at? And, you know, a little bit, since we're on kind of a tangent, a funny mood here. Here's Elon Musk last night wearing Make America Great Again hat in the Oval Office. I love it. I really do. And Democrats like, how could you do that to the Oval? It's so disrespectful. You guys acting like a bunch of clowns. It's like, your dude had a blowjob under the desk. Give me a freaking break. Shut up. And lied about it. Shout out to Elon. Making America great again, baby. Making America great again. It's like Donald Trump's autistic friend, you know? I love it. And it's not a jab at autistic people. I mean, we all know he has his own thing. He has his own flavor. So A portion of what I'm going to cover is something a little bit that we talked about yesterday, but I want to recover it again because it goes into the theme of the show. So a couple of these things you guys saw from yesterday, but that's not me trying to fill in airtime, if that's what you want to call it. I have plenty of articles up here. Trust me. You guys know how we don't really get through everything. So Trump to cut off Politico from federal funds, press secretary says. So I was made aware of the funding from USAID to media outlets, including Politico. And we have that clip for you. We played it yesterday, but it's so damn good. The exposure is awesome. And I love it even more because Politico's in the room.
Coming out here to the briefing room, I was made aware of the funding from USAID to media outlets, including Politico, who I know has a seat in this room. And I can confirm that the more than $8 million taxpayer dollars that have gone to essentially subsidizing subscriptions to Politico on the American taxpayers' dime will no longer be happening. The DOJ team is working on canceling those payments now. Again, this is a whole of government effort to ensure that we are going line by line when it comes to the federal government's books. And this president and his team are making decisions across the board on, do these receipts serve the interests of the American people? Is this a good use of the American taxpayers' money? If it is not, that funding will no longer be sent abroad, and American taxpayers will see significant savings because of that effort. So upon...
For those that have been watching me for years, I mean, to a T, this is exactly what I've been asking for. I got goosebumps saying it, hand to God. I don't know if it comes across on screen, my whole body. I've been asking for this. In my wildest dreams, I've been praying for this. The Lord has given me what I've been asking for. We got some patriots doing some contributions. Thank you so much, Danielle Slater. Happy Friday to all. Today is going to be a good day. Amen to that. Thank you so much for the $10 over at YouTube. And we have Eric Birch with the $5. Good morning, Patriot fam. Sorry, I've been away, out of work, got hurt delivering package, slipped on ice. That sucks. Eric, thank you for the $5, and I hope you're getting better, man. I've actually slipped on ice before. Like that cliche move that you saw from Home Alone where he's going up the steps and he slips and he falls, perfectly on his back like a cartoon character. That was me one time. I was trying to snowboard in the Alps of Colorado. That's not true. I was at Big Bear Mountain, but I did fall, and that shiz hurt. That was one of those where you fall. That's the best scene I can correlate it to. You fall and you go, ooh. And then you're looking around and all the kids are just looking at you like, oh my God. It was terrible. It really was just terrible. So we got more news here. So the question is, where do the dollars go? Huh? One major way USAID is spending your money, and we're going to unravel that in just one moment, folks. Really, I do appreciate everybody in the chat. If you hit that like button, that does support the show tremendously. And we're just out here trying to get the truth out to you, just as Donald Trump's Truth Social is. If you're looking for a great way and place for online news, entertainment, discussions, then check out Truth Social, Donald Trump's social media website. You'll get breaking news stories and commentary from top media figures. Heck, if you want to see Trump's legendary Truth Social posts themselves, then get on Truth Social today, because he's posting what he's doing before it ever gets to X and all these other sites. You're going to be first to know about it. You'll get a notification of the President of the United States and exactly what the hell he's doing. Join a growing community of patriots on a free speech platform designed to avoid censorship and cancellation by big tech. Make your voice heard. Join the movement. Join Truth Social. Folks, TikTok is censoring people. I don't want to say I got banned on TikTok last night, but I got censored on TikTok, meaning I can't go live on TikTok for a week. I'll tell you why in a moment, but that's why sites like Truth Social are so important and so needed, because they don't censor anybody, and you're going to get the truth out any way they can. Get Truth Social. Yeah, last night I got censored on TikTok. You want to know why? Because Democrats are spazzing out because I was uncovering this. So there were some people in the chat last night on TikTok, and it just my live just got disappeared. The reason why is because Democrats said, hand to God, I should see if I can pull it up for you. They said I was spreading misinformation about Doge. All my information has just come out from sources that predominantly have come from left-wing media outlets. So here we are again, you know, TikTok, all these freaking media companies like YouTube censoring Americans once again. Case in point, myself. So let's break this down here. We're going to go through the whole thing, baby. In the midst of swirling controversy over a potential U.S. agency for international development, I don't know, why should we care about international development? We need to develop our own damn country. Shutdown. White House spokesperson Caroline Leavitt exposed some of the agency's insane priorities. And I want to go to, we should have a clip here. Am I just missing it? Here we go. I guess I don't. I thought I had her queued up. I apologize, folks. We'll go back to the article. Could have swore I had her queued up. Well, that's a problem. Alrighty. Well, it doesn't matter. Ranging from 1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia. Is that a good use of our money, patriots? I don't think so. Democrats will rationalize it. You know, one way they're rationalizing it, and this is why I think it is really important to engage with Democrats and progressive lefties, is because you get to see their narrative and their mindset. And one of their mindsets is, well, it's only 0.007% of the budget. What does it matter? What? You're talking billions of dollars, you idiot. These are the same people that are struggling budgeting, but yet are going to go spend thousands of dollars on things they shouldn't be spending and going, well, I needed it. Come on. A DEI musical in Ireland, that was 70,000. 47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia. 32,000 for a transgender comic book. What else we got here? 130 million for its abortion-centric work in developing countries. Oh, that's lovely. This is the same agency that openly pushed abortion legalization as a condition for the COVID relief. Recipients included Afghanistan, Yemen, Haiti, and Ethiopia, alongside a host of others with laws to protect the unborn life. Oh, that's just great, isn't it? Look where we're spending this money. As convincingly put by President El Salvador, most governments don't want USAID funds flowing into their countries because they understand where much of that money actually ends up. Like killing babies. In 2020, Ecuador was singled out for an 8 million UN COVID assistance package with the requirement that Ecuador implement safe legal abortion. Oh, you think we're done? Huh. USAID's 2019 funding to the tune of 3.5 billion to the UN included 45 million specifically for pandemic relief. To the point is, even though the first Trump administration rejected the funding of abortion internationally as a general legal principle, USAID was still sending billions to the United Nations, which was going right back around to fund abortion around the world. Oh, goody. Fortunately, the Trump administration has brought back the expanded Mexico policy, preventing federal funds from going to abortion promoting NGOs abroad. This is squarely in line with 2022 poll, which found that 73% of Americans oppose using taxpayer dollars to support abortions. So we're paying for people's trans surgeries. We're paying $10 million to trans animals like monkeys, rice, and whatever the hell else. Oh, that's a great use of funds, you guys. Yeah. And like I said, I'm not joking. Democrats are rationalizing the spending, and it's freaking bonkers. It really is. And I really don't know how you get there, but for some in some way, shape, or form, they're doing it. So here's Caroline Leavitt. I found the video for y'all.
Elon Musk is a once-in-a-generation business leader. He is an entrepreneur. He serves as a great ally and a friend to the president. And I think Elon Musk also has a little bit of common sense. And I think the American people really appreciate that when it comes to the federal government, because it seems like all common sense has been lost in this city. And that's what you see when you look at USAID. I know Secretary Rubio made some comments about how he will be acting as the director over that agency. And here's the reason why Elon Musk and others have been taking a look. Because if you look at the waste and abuse that has run through USAID over the past several years, these are some of the insane priorities that organization has been spending money on. $1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia's workplaces, $70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland, $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia, $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. I don't know about you, but as an American taxpayer, I don't want my dollars going towards this crap, and I know the American people don't either, and that's exactly what Elon Musk has been tasked by President Trump to do, to get the fraud, waste, and abuse out of our federal government.
Man, she's just good. She's so just feisty, and I love it. I love it. And like I said, Democrats are spazzing out. Oh, they spazzing out a big time, folks. We're not going anywhere. We still have more news for you. We got a lot of time to fill. And I hope you're enjoying the show. If you are, like I said, hit that like button, both at Rumble and YouTube. It really does help get our video out there to new viewers. We got a lot of people watching. If you're new to the show, folks, welcome. We do this each and every morning, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm a lone ranger here in the sense of the show's ran by me and yours truly. And we got a lot of patriots in the chat here. Now, we're going to get to some illegal immigration stuff in just a little bit. But here is a clip from yesterday where, let me see if this is the right one, where CNN panel couldn't even take Democrats spazzing out across the country seriously. They're going to show a montage here of Democrats spazzing out and complaining that Doge is saving you money. Check this out.
Is a problem, but listen to them today, and they have a piñata in search of a stick.
To our Republican colleagues, if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire. Resist!
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your asses.
We have days to stop the destruction of our democracy. We have work to do.
Isn't that crazy? We have days to stop the destruction of our democracy. We have work to do. You mean the work of spending our money in frivolous places and not going back to those that are actually in need?
Tell Elon Musk to take his hands off your money. We don't pledge allegiance to the creepy 22-year-olds working for Elon Musk. We pledge allegiance to the United States of America.
And goddamn it.
Yeah, but you're not pledging our money to the United States of America. You've been pledging it to the entire world and funding their stupid ass stuff. Give me a break. What a bunch of scummy people. What a bunch of freak. These people are evil, man. If you were to make a strong case about them being demonic, this is it. This is a very strong case.
Shut down the city. We are at war.
We will win. We will win. We won't rest. We won't rest.
Gretchen.
Yes,
So,
they need the Democrats. The Democrats need.
Oh, Scott's reaction there. He's like, are you shitting me?
The Democrats need a real leader, okay? They
Wow.
need a real leader, which currently does not exist in the Democratic Party. And they have been caught completely flat-footed with the entire...
She goes on and says, look, they don't have a plan. The Democrats don't have an agenda. They're spazzing out. You know when you're so caught off guard and that somebody's about to uncover something, you start acting irrational. You're actually not making sense. You're acting even more of an idiot than what you really were doing even before when you were acting like an idiot. That's basically what's taking place here. You have the USAID spending $159 million from your wallets to build 106 climate resilient schools in Pakistan. Here's a little bit of what that looks like, folks. You want to see where your hard-earned money is going? Here's some footage of it.
ये यूएस की इमदाद से बनने वाला स्कूल है, यानी इसके अंदर सिंध गवर्नमेंट के पास इंटरनेशनल इमदाद के बाद ये स्कूल बनाया गया। इस स्कूल की सूरत हाल देखें, ये जो दावेदार है कि सिंध के अंदर इन्होंने बहुत तरक्की कर ली है, ये ठट्टा का अभी मैंने दौरा शुरू किया है, जिला ठट्टा कराची से बिल्कुल करीब मुतसिल, आप उसकी सूरत हाल देख लें कि ये स्कूल है, इसके अंदर ये टैक्स जो लगे हुए ये वो 25,000 रुपए वाले टैक्स हैं, ये 25,000 के टैक्स.
Okay, I think you get the gist of it, right? I'll kind of walk you through. This is where your $159 million is going towards. $159 million. I would like to point out, that's great that you want to build schools across the world, but as somebody that's worked in education, Our schools are falling apart. I lived it. I'm not going to exaggerate this one bit. I'm going to be as specific as I possibly can. There was a school that I worked at up in LA, so LA Unified School District. And when I walked in, there was the desk like I have here, and then I'm sitting in a chair, right? I didn't see it because I hadn't turned all the lights on yet. My foot went through the floor. Not like my foot broke through the floor. It just went through a hole. I looked down and I was standing on dirt through a floor of about 3 feet, maybe 2 feet, about this big. And I go, are you kidding me? There's a giant hole where my like chair's supposed to be. That's how run down schools are in California and across the country. But don't worry, I'm sure glad the Pakistanis are getting 159 million of our money to build some climate resistant bullshit in Pakistan. Oh, no, great. Oh, money well spent, right? Yeah, no. We're going to pay for everybody else's education. Not a kid in sight, by the way, other than what was there. Probably that guy's own kid. So what they're going to say now is Doge should not fire staffers over some old edgy posts. This is how crazy they are. Careful, this is not Wakanda, this is Congress.
Governor Reynolds, let's learn more about the state. Do you know what percentage of Iowans are white and what percentage are black?
Who gives a shit?
I don't know the exact percentages, no. We're by far a larger percentage of white population.
It's all about race.
That's correct. Iowa is 90% white and only 4.5% black. So that is drastically different from the national population. So when Republicans suggest Iowa should be a national model, they're advocating for a government that doesn't reflect our country. So let's talk about what this model.
Isn't that crazy? Democrats are being exposed for spending your money on all this crazy stuff, and they're still concerned about race. They're concerned about socialist ideas, which is basically what they have been doing, right? Stealing your money and giving it to somebody else. You have seen the biggest redistribution of wealth in human history in our lifetimes just now, by the way. You have seen the redistribution of trillions of dollars across the globe. You've legitimately been funding the planet. And then you're sitting here wondering why we're all struggling paying our bills. Why is everything so tough? Why did my parents have it, quote unquote, a little bit easier? Why is it somebody could buy 30 years ago a house for $100,000 and today that same house would cost $2 million? Why is that? Well, gee, I wonder why. Why do we have all our roads just complete garbage? It doesn't even make any sense. Like, what's happening? Why are our bridges rusting? Why are they falling apart? Why don't we have money for everything? We're the most taxed place in the world. Like, what's going on? We're not the most taxed place in the world. We're the most taxed state that California is. Freaking bonkers, man. Money well spent. So here's Democrats getting triggered over Doge and talks about having big balls. Weird.
In the private information about maybe hundreds of millions of American citizens as young as 19, the big balls here that Katie's talking about. Most of them are in their early 20s. There's an exception I'm going to get to in a minute. I'm curious, though, Kara, how well does even Musk know these young men, do you think?
I have no idea. I think there's no...
In the private information about maybe hundreds of millions of...
So one of the online names for one of the teens that Elon Musk hired, his name is Big Balls. And they're spazzing out. CNN is spazzing out over it. Oh, how could they? This is unbelievable. So here they are flipping out because Elon Musk is hiring a bunch of 19, 25-year-olds to aid and basically expose Democrats' money schemes.
Yes, so this is a 19-year-old high school graduate who has used the unfortunate nickname Big Balls online. So that would be one way that we could refer to him. He is now working at Musk's behest inside Doge. And we looked into his background. And so we found, several notable things, Aaron, one of which is that this individual has founded multiple companies, including one with another unfortunate name, Tesla.Sexy LLC, which he established in 2021. He would have been around 16 years old. Now, this LLC controls dozens of web domains. Yes, so this is a 19...
Oh, God forbid the guy actually at a teenage level was creating businesses rather than just playing video games and wasting his time doing other things. The guy's actually starting something and creating something as a teenager. Oh, it's so terrible. Really, really remarkable stuff. So we got more information about Doge, where American people are having their money sent to. And it's really just bonkers stuff here, folks. Americans do support Doge's mission, wants Congress to pass border bill. Well, you pass that border bill, you're going to save us billions of dollars, if not trillions, by the way. And let's break this down just really quick here. There was a poll sponsored by Tea Party Patriots Action and conducted by McLaughlin and Associates, was conducted on January 28th and consists of a response of 1,000 people. So that's actually pretty general. These are from general election voters. The poll has a margin of 3.1%. Okay. In results, that suggests broad support of Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency's efforts. About 4 out of 5 voters agreed the U.S. government should rein in Washington's reckless borrowing and spending. 4 out of every 5 people to tamp down inflation, according to poll results obtained by the Daily Wire. Over 60% of respondents said that Congress should take action to secure the border before it breaks for a 17-day recess in April. The American people want to shrink the size and scope of the federal government, and they want to rein in Washington's reckless borrowing and spending. That's exactly what Elon Musk and his colleagues at Doge are doing. The poll we commissioned shows that doing exactly what the public wants. 79% of Americans want to rein in Washington's reckless and borrowing spending, 69% of independents, 65% of Democrats. And if you're here at the beginning of the show, I said on TikTok, some Democrats are leaving the Democrat Party over this exposure of how they've been handling things. Now, am I surprised about all this spending? Not really, because my antenna has been going up going, something's not making sense here. The other side of it is they're still rationalizing it. Really, really crazy stuff. Let's get into a little bit of Democrats and illegal immigration before we move on to Donald Trump's plan on Gaza. Let me check the time real quick. Okay, we're doing okay. We're doing fine. Here's an update. We finally have footage of this. U.S. military to drop off first flight of high-priority illegal immigrants at Gitmo. So there's a transition for you. I was trying to combine... Look, it's not easy to make the transitions. I had an article that was talking about Doge and then talking about illegal immigration, and it just segued perfectly into illegal immigration. You see what I did there? Well, now we got this. We talked about this, about sending illegal immigrants to Gitmo. Donald Trump is vamping up Guantanamo Bay to hold about 30,000 illegal immigrants. And these illegal immigrants are called, high threat. What's nice about this, and I'm trying to wait to see if Donald Trump will really get the ball rolling on this, is El Salvador president offered up his prison that is for violent gang members or just gang members in general. And they're there for life. So you're not getting out. And we showed footage of what that prison looked like, where it's just racks of people. There's no bedding and stuff like that. You don't go outside. You're just there sitting there. Well, he said, hey, we're more than happy to take in your high-level criminals, your ones that are going to be there for life, and we'll charge you a discount, a less fee. I'm all for that because I'm telling you, it's going to be cheaper, most likely, to send these high-level criminals, I'm talking like mass murderers, serial killers, all that stuff, to their prison than it is to keep them here. It's a money saver. So let's just send them over there. They're not going to have a good time with those MS-13 gang members. Maybe they will. This is a win, man. Everything is it's almost too good to be true, everything that's happening here. So Gitmo is going to open up for those high threat criminals. Get them the hell out of the country. I don't even want them in our prisons. I don't want them here at all. Hegseth posted a video on X showing us military and immigration and customs enforcement personnel escorting illegal immigrants off a plane and into vans for transportation into detention camps. I love it. And you know what Democrats are saying? The progressive left? This is so inhumane. It's like the camps in Auschwitz. How could you? You want to see camps? Go to China with the Uyghurs. How about those camps? But they don't want to talk about that. It always has to be what Americans are doing, not the atrocities that are happening around the world. See, if these people really cared about atrocities, they would actually go to the places where there's atrocities happening. The reason why they don't is because they know what will happen to them. It's easy to blame America because we allow you to do that through the freedom of speech. But if you go try to pull that stunt in somewhere other country, well, you're going to be thrown in the brig. Maybe you'll be thrown in the camp. We all know why they don't do it. They won't admit it because they're pussies, but we know. Big, beautiful planes. Look at it. Pete, look at it. It's so beautiful. All right, I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. That's going to blow out some eardrums early on in the morning. Now, this is what I was expecting to be completely filled with illegal immigrants flying back over the border and into their home countries, like all these seats filled. Look at Pete, come into the Oval. I'm showing footage of people being deported. There they are. There they are. Shackled up and everything. Bye-bye. Everybody say bye. Adios. Sayonara. No, just know that around the country, there's Democrats crying right now. How could they? They were just here for a better life. And some people are going, no way, Brad. There's not people crying over this. Selena Gomez was crying. My people are being attacked. I don't know what to do. I'll do anything. Give me a break. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Tired of their crap. Everybody is. So I thought you guys would enjoy that one. Like I said, people get upset when I say, oh, you're getting rid of criminals, guys that raped people's families, right? Murdered a bunch of people. Oh, God. Oh. It must be a weird way to live life. Can I just break this down? Is that okay, Patriots, with you? It's a weird way to live life being a part of the Democrat Party because you're supporting very odd things. And I think people do know it's odd, but they try to rationalize and make it okay. That is some dangerous territory when you try to rationalize irrational and evil behavior. What do I mean? And we talked about this many, many times. We're kicking a dead horse with it. Democrats have this weird fixation about children, whether that's allowing illegal immigrants who raped children to stay here. They actually want to harbor them in their sanctuary cities, their right to shelter states. They want to castrate children, like cut off their peepees and their boobies. And if that wasn't enough, after they're done chopping off their peepees and boobies, they want to give them puberty blockers and hormone enhancers to children. Then they want to allow illegal immigrants and other nations to sex traffic our children. They elected a president that sniffs children. Jeffrey Epstein was a Democrat that used children as sex slaves. The Democrat Party wants to allow illegal immigrants to sex traffic and sell children as sex slaves. The Democrat Party wants to kill children through the use of abortion to the point where they had RVs, abortion RVs, at their own DNC, their convention. The Democrat Party lost 340,000 children and had no idea where they went. Do you see a common theme here? It's bonkers. And that's just the children aspect of it. We haven't gotten into the fact of the Democrat Party was the party of slavery, wanted to oppress black people, didn't get their way, lost through a civil war, and then the Republican Party, through the winning of the Civil War and the push for the advancement to give black people the freedoms that were enshrined in the Declaration of Independence through our founding fathers, to actually give them that freedom through the civil rights movement, was then pushed and oppressed by the Democrat Party to try and not allow black people to have those rights that were enshrined in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. Do you see a theme here? And then today in 2025, they're still trying to oppress black people through their ideology. Case in point, where they've been spending their money on. I mean, you could go on and on and on. You know, it would be really nice for a party that claims to love black people so much. I don't care about people's race. I look at you as Americans to go, rather than spending $159 million on some climate bullshit in Pakistan for freaking schools, why not take that money to a community of black people, if you want to call it, and maybe build a school there for the 159, or give money to the school system or educators. I don't care. Give it to the kids for all I shit. Keep them in school, pay them to be there. Hell, I don't know. Something. Give it to Americans. It's all I care about. But the Democrat Party is a bunch of frivolous nut jobs right now, and they're psychos. And speaking of a psycho, you have this psycho here where AOC is saying illegal aliens are why Americans survived coronavirus pandemic. This is what happens when you got knucklehead Democrats voting in knucklehead. I mean, trust me. Oh, it makes sense. It's New York. I mean, we all see New York. New York was excited when they finally got trash cans last year. Does that not say anything about how something is ran when people are skipping and throwing out confetti to the skies outside their apartment and their skyscrapers going, we finally got trash cans. Oh God, it's so good. I don't have to throw my trash on the street like we're in medieval times. Fucking 2025 and we're stoked about having trash cans. In the wealthiest country that's ever existed on planet Earth, really. So I have the clip for you here, and it's just, God.
Human beings, but they are also assets to the United States of America. Now, when I move to the economic case, I want to say first that yes, it is fraught, because it is painful to see sometimes people only talk about the economic case because we're more than just a labor force. We're more than just a people to be exploited. But let's be clear, the people who are voting in this way oftentimes don't respond to a case of compassion and humanity. And so if you want to be hard-nosed about it.
Actually, they tend to vote towards that heart and that empathy, which is actually a problem in politics. Empathy in politics tends to lean towards wrong decision-making because you're usually going to offset a good group of people to benefit and try to help an underprivileged group of people, which can be done through churches, individual charity, and donations in that way, shape, or manner. So empathy in politics tends to actually be harmful.
Understand that America's immigration force and our community of immigrants, including and especially the millions of undocumented people in this country, are why America has prospered, especially why we survived the COVID-19 pandemic. And for all of the people who cast a vote based on grocery prices and inflation, if you think your groceries are expensive now, wait until the farms are empty. If you think houses are expensive now, wait until there's no one building them. Understand the consequences.
It's so crazy that she could just come out and be like, well, wait till everybody gets rid of their illegal labor. You can't hire an illegal immigrant. It's illegal. And she's just like, well, wait till everybody gets rid of their criminal behavior that they're doing. You think housing prices are expensive now? So you're saying housing is expensive. You're saying everything's expensive because of what the Democrat Party's doing. We got to get to some positive news here. We really do. And that's me giving a shout out to Positive. Positive is a brand that we love because, look, you got to take care of your pets, your animals, your family at the end of the day. And we're a bunch of family of patriots. If you have a dog, we've all been there. The pup goes from like full-blown energy and just doing zoomies around the house to being sick and miserable in an instant. And at the worst of times, by the way. Then we're calling the vets in the middle of the night and or on the weekends, trying to find a clinic that will just take you in. Are you open? My puppy's hurt. It's a terrible way to manage your dog's health, not to mention your stress levels and your monthly budget. Things can go through the roof really quick. And that's why people are getting the pet emergency kit called Positive, P-A-W-SITIV. It contains critical medications and supplies that not only keep your dog out of the veterinary office, but may even save your dog's life. Their kits contain critical medications like activated charcoal, septic powder, and more. It might save your dog's life. Head over to positive.com and use code STUDIO to get 15% off, baby, off your pet emergency kit. Go and grab that, folks. Get it up, lap it up, because look, we got to keep our animals safe and sound. Let's end off with this little bit of Trump news here. Let's get some good news. We'll end off with this article. Cancel every single media contract. Trump takes strong action after shocking Doge findings. So the email follows shocking findings from Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, namely that legacy media outlets were taking in millions of dollars from the federal government through mass subscription contracts. It wasn't just Politico, folks. Legacy media was being puppeted up, promulgated by your hard-earned money to go against the American agenda. It is bonkers, and to fabricate lies against Donald Trump, the Republican Party, and a bunch of other stuff. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Wait till we find out more. Kash Patel's not even in yet, folks, in the FBI. Tulsi Gabbard, is she get in yet? I don't know. She got through the votes and stuff like that, people, most likely. You get what I mean? We haven't got nothing yet. Folks, it's not even been 3 weeks yet. GSA team, please do 2 things. The email, which was first obtained by Axios, reads, pull all contracts from Politico, BBC, E&E, it's a Politico subscription, and Bloomberg. Pull all media contracts for just GSA. Cancel every single media contract today for GSA only. It's unclear how many subscriptions GSA was paying for, but the agency, which manages federal property and technology services for the federal government, was about 12,000 employees. Additionally, X account for Doge posted Wednesday that the Treasury leadership verified that the New York Times contracts were canceled today. You've all been funding this complete fabrication of fake news. We're basically, for Republicans and conservatives, kicking our own ass. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said this week that White House can confirm that they are canceling payments for Politico. Look at this. Look at this money. Look at this money. The controversy stated that Doge highlighted waste from USAID, which had an annual budget of about $40 billion and 13,000 employees. Well, they just fired a lot of them, if not almost all of them. And I mean that. They really did. And they were complaining about getting fired. Oh, how could he? No, you know what? I got no empathy for you basically screwing over the United States. I pledge allegiance to this country, not to somebody else's country. We need to rebuild our own place. We can worry about everybody else later. Once we have a surplus, sure, help everybody else. They need to help themselves for a bit. Okay? We've been funneling them billions of dollars. Nothing's really changed. And we'll see how much, look, they already talk shit on us anyways. Who cares? Oh, Americans this, Americans that. Puh, always get, fine, figure it out yourself then, assholes. Figure it out yourself. You don't got the money for it? Build your own dirt huts then. With that being said, that is today's show. Greatly appreciate everybody that contributed in the chat. Everybody that's a member over at YouTube and Rumble. If you want, you could take your YouTube subscription and move it over to Rumble. That would help greatly. Or we also have baldbrad.com. There's a donation tab at the top. I might as well plug that. I don't do that too often. My actual website. I probably should because I actually pay. I made the website myself. It's not the prettiest. I did it myself, you guys. I'm not a website creator. But we do have a donation tab here at the top. And you could do yourself single payments if you want. Again, if you don't feel like you want to, then don't. This is just for those that want to. And one-time donation, you can do your monthly donation, weekly. You can do custom amount in there. You can mess with it all you want. A lot of people have started using this, which is nice because I think like 97% of the proceeds actually go to us. Whereas I think YouTube takes like 30%, something crazy amount. And then I think Rumble takes like 15 or 20. So Rumble or this are actually the best way of getting your money to the show. And 100%, I've always said this, 100% of what we get from proceeds goes back into the show. Travis, thank you so much. Have a great weekend, Patriots. Thank you, Travis, for always showing up, man. Appreciate you. Thank you to everybody in the chat. The Patriots, we'll be back here. I don't want to miss this. Lulu. Doge with the $2. Thank you so much, Lulu. Appreciate you. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss anybody else. I've missed a few chats today, and I apologize. Been on one. Thank you. I appreciate that, Devils. I appreciate that. Thank you, Angel. It's always good seeing you guys. Efo, I feel like I haven't seen you in a while, but I'm glad you're in the chat today, brother. Thank you so much. Craig's here. Karen, thank you. Karen's always here. Karen's always showing love. Bets. Later, Craig. All right, Patriots. I'm out of here. Take care of yourselves. Have a blessed weekend. I might try and stream on Saturday. Just a heads up. Take care.